Hey YouTube, it's me Ashley, a girl and her flowers, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm in a little bit of a different setting today. I brought you guys to my calm place because this is probably going to be one of the more vulnerable videos I've done. So I have my tissue and hopefully I won't need it, but you never know. And so this video is going to be, I believe, entitled Set Your Soul Free. I just really want to talk about why it's important to not hold on to grudges and how to be more aware of your baggage. So the way I like to look at things is that every experience that we have in this life, we gain something from that experience. So whether it be something as intangible as a lesson learned, or something as tangible as a child or a car or a home, you gain something from every situation that you experience in life. And it's important to be able to evaluate what you gain from all of these situations to determine what you need to bring with you on your journey, on your vacation. Because the last thing you want to do is spend so long getting to your destination, your goal, the place that you've had in mind for however long, and get ready to unpack and realize you brought a lot of things that you didn't need and that you don't want to be there with you. So I like to think of like the song like Bag Lady. Like as you gain everything or pick up these lessons and things along the way and along your experiences through life, you're packing those things, you're putting them in your luggage. And when you leave that situation, you take your luggage with you. So you take what you gained right along with you. So you have to be certain that you are making a constant effort to evaluate your baggage and evaluate what it is that you're dragging with you along the way. Because if you're not, it could be taking you longer to get to where you want to be or where you need to be because you have so many bags and you're carrying so much that doesn't do anything for you. And I want to give an example of some heavy baggage. So why I went with the theme Set Your Soul Free, Set Your Soul Free, was because I realized that a lot of us hold grudges. We have a lot of anger inside of us, whether that be anger at friends or family, things that someone might have said to you, or the way that someone might have treated you, and you've taken that anger and you have bottled it up, you packed it away, and now you're carrying it with you on your journey. And instead of getting rid of that, nipping that in the butt, you've decided that you want to bring that with you along the ride, and not realizing that what it's going to do is, as that toxicity sits in your baggage and grows and becomes hardened and stronger and is not being dealt with, so it's festering and growing, you're going to get to your destination, you're going to get to where you were trying to go and realize that you brought this negative energy with you, and now you have to deal with that negativity being in your happy place. And that's something that's going to cause an even harder fight, and even it may cause you to need to reevaluate even your happy place, because you might have tainted that place. And a good example, I'm always just good example, but the reason why I grabbed my tissue is because I wanted to be a little vulnerable with you guys and explain to you how I have learned the importance of evaluating my baggage, because I hadn't realized that I had brought baggage with me to a place that was supposed to be my happy place, but I have brought this negative energy with me, and that negative energy broke down that happy place, and not necessarily to the point that it's irreparable, but it caused so much more damage than necessary. So let me give a little more detail, and I'm not going to give too much detail because I am very aware and conscious about the amount of energy I put into situations, but I want you guys to know that you can get through anything in life, and that holding grudges, and not even holding grudges, letting stuff go can be difficult. And it's hard on you, but once you do it and learn how to constantly do that, you'll see that you are doing yourself the most major and amazing favor that you ever could. And so I'm going to give you an example why people think I'm probably crazy and on drugs because of how I'm handling a certain situation. So when I started this channel, I was in an extremely toxic relationship. I knew that it wasn't a good place for me, but I was dealing with so many other issues that I was ignoring that I started to ignore this issue as well, this toxic relationship. Now, as I became more aware of the love I needed to have for myself and the positive energy I needed to be around me and myself, I decided that I didn't want that person in my life anymore. And instead of taking that baggage out of my luggage or taking that particular item out of my luggage, I decided, well, but you can still be around for, other purposes, but we will not be together. And other purposes meaning around my children and because we have been together for so long. It's very hard to let people go. And I want you to know that when you do let someone go, you have to be fully committed. It cannot just be, you're out of my life, but we can do these things together. You have to be extremely committed to the pain or the hurt or the difficulty that may come with completely releasing someone from your life. But I was not ready to endure that or deal with that. So I decided to just allow this situation to go a different route. As I learned more and more how important it is to fully let people go and fully let go of negative energy. Just because you feel like you're directing it to a certain place, a negative person will always be a negative person. A negative situation will always be a negative situation. So even if you move them from Monday to Tuesday, they'll still be negative. They'll just be negative in a new environment. So as I learned that, I decided that I couldn't allow this person in my life at all. And I realized I was allowing this toxic energy around my children. And so I made a decision to not allow that person around, which was a decision that I made by myself, which I try to always tell you guys that any big decision for your life needs to be made by you, and it cannot be based upon the opinions of others. So I had to get to a place where I realized that I was making a mistake and that I needed to change and make a change. So I decided to do that. And in the beginning, I knew that it would be an extremely tough decision, and I knew that it was going to come with some negativity, but Lord knows I had no idea just how bad it would get. So when I tell you guys that in the course of 4 months, this person has broken into my home, trashed it, spray painted my car multiple times, keyed my car, called Child Protective Services on me, put naked pictures of me on my door, and slashed my tires over about 8 times, 3 times being this week alone. And in response, I filed about 18 police reports. I have not retaliated. I have prayed more for this person, and I have remained steadfastly diligent on just keeping my focus on the good, because when people do things to hurt you, those are distractions. Those are things that are going to take your energy away from where they need to be. So you are being held back by negative behaviors of others. It is up to you to decide how much of someone else's negative behavior, how big of a role that's going to play in your life. Now, people think like I'm crazy. Like, man, she must be on some type of drug or something, because by now I would have lost it. I mean, even the police at this point have told me to get a gun. But as a child of God, I know that revenge is not the answer. I also know that karma is not a bitch. She is a mirror. And I don't have to, and this is something that I've learned, I don't need to respond, because what's meant for me will be for me. So instead of allowing this person's negative energy to just completely break me down, it actually has been rising me up. And I have my moments, don't get me wrong, where I'm just like, oh my goodness, I can't take this. I drank a whole bottle of wine last night and I was pretty toasty. I mean, it was really a reminder that I'm 30 years old. Because sometimes it's difficult to be dealing with something like that over and over and over and over and over. But even still, I have not come to the point, and I'm not going to say it hasn't crossed my mind to like just lose it, but I always get back to that same reminder and that same place that tells me that if I allow this distraction to take me off course, who knows what new path it may send me down, whether that be jail, whether that be the hospital. I mean, just honestly, who knows? So when distractions come into your life, when negative people and negative energies and negative behaviors come into your life, it's up to you to decide whether or not you are going to give attention to those things, or if you're going to keep your eyes steadfast onto where you are trying to get in life and not allow those things to drag you down or bring you over. And that wasn't necessarily what the point of this video is, but all of that has to do with setting your soul free. Because I could just be angry. But when you think about it, when you think about every emotion that you go through and when you're going through it, you have to turn that energy into something. So you can sit and be angry and allow that energy to remain negative. And eventually you will explode, implode, however you want to look at it, go off, set someone's house on fire, key their car and slash their tires, and you could do that. Or you can look at that negative energy and realize that it's up to me to determine how much power this energy is going to have, what I'm going to do with this energy. If I can't shrink it down to where it's to the point that I can just honestly be through with it, and I mean shrink it down by chipping away at it and dealing with it, which again is still going to be a distraction because you have to take your time to deal with that. Or you can be like me and just keep my eyes on where I need to be and take that energy and try to turn it into something positive. I could let it fester, but instead I've decided that when these things happen and I go off, it's positive for me because it gives me opportunity to talk to my family more because they have helped me through this. Also, when these things happen, I'm much more creative. I mean, I honestly can take that negative energy and turn it into something positive by using that energy and letting it out in something else, whether that be reading or writing or painting. Either way, I am expelling that energy in some shape or form. Now, yesterday, I tried so hard, guys. I mean, I recorded this video multiple times, but it was a constant something. And to be very honest with you guys, I just had a major breakdown yesterday. I mean, I had woken up and realized that my tires were slashed again. And at this point, I don't really get so angry about that. It's irritating more than anything. But I was dealing with the pain of that, or the agitation of that. And then I go to record this video. And then I just, halfway through the video, my girlfriend called me. And so since I don't edit, I just figured, well, I'll just start over when we get off the phone. While we're on the phone, I have to use the bathroom. So I'm in the bathroom and the toilet overflows. And then I clean it up and I go downstairs and then I go to record again. And as I'm recording, my son yells upstairs, the kitchen is wet. And I go downstairs and the kitchen is wet. When I tell you guys, there were points yesterday where I was on my knees talking to God, begging him, please, to see me through this. And it was one of those moments where I was having a complete and utter breakdown that I realized I could take all of that negative energy and turn it into content, turn it into something to talk to you about, turn it into something to write about, because I know that I'm not the only person who is going through things in life. And if you can look at me and see that, wow, oh my goodness, she's crazy, I can't believe she's going through all of this, and she's still continuing to push through, then you can continue to push through whatever it is that you're going through. And so back to setting your soul free, I choose not to be angry at this situation because I know that it is just heavy on my soul. If I allow it to break me down, honestly, it'll be more baggage for me to carry. And in the end, it'll be me bringing more negativity along my journey into my promised land, into my happy place. And I have to be aware of what I bring with me. So when I tell you guys to set your soul free, I mean, don't sit and be angry at people or be upset at anyone who's done anything to you. And if you feel like you need closure, let me tell you guys something about the word closure. As far as I'm concerned, closure is something that starts and ends with you. If you are looking for someone to give you an answer to a question that you've had, and that's what I need for closure, then you are looking at the wrong thing, because closure comes within yourself. You decide when you're done with the situation. You decide what you're going to take from that situation and what you're going to leave in that situation. And you're able to walk away from that situation. And that is your closure. No one else can give you the answer as to why did things go this way, or how did it end up like this? Or I need to have answers because I need closure. Well, you need to find that closure within yourself. Once again, setting your own soul free. And as hard as it may be to let go of something that you might have. Okay, sorry. Now, as hard as it may be to let go of something that you have been angry or festering about for a long time, it's a necessary thing. And it's not for the sake of that other person, the person that you're upset at, or the situation you're upset about. It's for the sake of yourself, your own mental health, your own mental freedom, your own, just everything, your own peace, and everything it is that you need to succeed in life. And so do yourself a favor and set your soul free. A few things that I have picked up along the way in order to help me deal with things that make me angry is to deal with those situations in the most positive way I can. So when I say, it's really the tiniest thing. So when I talk about like what happens with the car, I don't say my tires got slashed again. I say my tires got slashed, because when I say it with the smile, when I say it with the laugh, it lightens that situation for me. It makes it easier to deal with. And it's almost like tricking my mind into thinking that this is a positive thing and that we can do, this is easy, this is no problem. And this is something that we can get through. And so when I tell myself these things with a smile on my face, when I deal with these situations with laughter and with happiness, I am in turn telling my brain that this is nothing to be sad about. We're not going to be angry. We're not going to be down because she's smiling, so this must be okay. So if we go outside and we see her tires flat, then it's like, it's okay because she's smiling, so this must be okay, right? So I've kind of figured out little ways to trick myself into dealing with things a lot easier. And also I've learned that prayer is a very useful tool when it comes to dealing with your anxieties and your emotions and your depressions. Is that sometimes when you can't get through it on your own, you need to look somewhere else. And that higher power can be whoever you may pray to. And even if you don't pray to a God or read the Bible or the Quran or whatever religion it is that might be around you, if you choose not to do that, then you have to believe in something. So if that is a prayer to money, a prayer to wealth, a prayer to the sun, to the moon, to whatever it is that you need to have faith in, it is a favor to yourself to have faith in something. Because if you can have faith in something as intangible or untouchable or physically intangible, because I feel God in me everywhere I go, but if you can have faith in something so much greater than yourself, then you can have faith in yourself. And it's a constant lesson every time that I take the time to pray, that I know that if I can believe in Him, then I can believe in me. And I look at that in everything I go through. So as I'm going through this process of setting my soul free and dealing with things that might want to distract me on my journey or drag me down, I have been doing everything with a smile on my face on my face, with laughter in my heart, and with God in my soul and my spirit, and my soul is free. And so do yourself a favor and set your soul free. Don't be angry at things. Don't let other people's behaviors drag you down or hold you back or slow you up from getting to where you're trying to go. Because when you do, I'm telling you, you're going to deal with some not irreversible, because I feel that we can fix anything we want to fix. But I mean, you're making your situation not easier. You're not doing yourself any favors. So watch what you're packing in that bag. When you get a chance to have a sit and a break and you get in a good place, look through your bag and see what it is that you're bringing with you. If you realize your pace is slow, try to take a second to see what it is that you're carrying that's so heavy that it's slowing you down, so that you can eliminate that. So be aware of the luggage that you're bringing with you, because truly you are bringing so much with you. If you do not believe that you have gained something from every single situation that you have been in, then honey, it's time to do some rethinking, because I promise you, you have. I can tell you that you learn something in everything that you do, and you should be, and that's a good thing. We want to constantly be learning. The moment that I want to stop learning is the moment that I'm dead. And if it's a possibility, I would like to learn even after death. You want to constantly be learning, because learning is growing. So don't let negative things pull you off of your path to success and distract you by drawing you in. Because before you know it, while you're dealing with that negative thing that's came to distract you, it can honestly turn you into a negative person. Or you'll forget about the path that you was on and send you down another path. And then it's 5 years later and you're like, holy crap, how did I get here? This isn't where I was going. So yeah, just be aware of what's going on, you guys, and set your soul free. I don't typically like to give too much detail on my personal life, not because I don't trust you guys, but when stuff that is negative happens, I feel that if you talk about it too much, you give it some type of power, and you don't want to do that. So I brought you guys to my son's room because I know that I am calm when I'm in here, and I always feel well when I'm here, and there's a good energy in this space constantly. So find that place in your home as well. When you need to set your soul free, meditation is your friend. And find your calm place. I guarantee you, whether it's your bathroom or your kitchen or a hall closet, there's somewhere in your home where you feel calm all the time. And go there, pray, meditate, and set your soul free. Really evaluate what it is that you are bringing with you on this journey of life. And I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I wrote this most amazing blog that I feel that I've ever written, where I just talk about my gratitude and the things that I'm so grateful for. And it would mean so much to me if you guys take the time to go read it and like, comment, share, and subscribe here. Tell me some things that you do to set your soul free, and how you get through dealing with how you deal with negative distractions, and maybe we can help each other out. So until next time.